Welcome to Lyons Drove. What a venue. And to be honest, I've only had the rods out not even an hour. I've got one here, I've got one a bit bigger in the net. It's very windy here, but come on the Carp, come on the Park of Eights, and thank you very much, Lyons Drove. Debash, there it is, fish number 2 and a banger at that. I'll give this one late double, Rob, what do you reckon?
All right, late double, mate.
There you go. But imagine this at 30, 40 pound, that would be mind blowing, wouldn't it?
Mate.
Get in the comments down below and let me know what you think. But yeah, fish number 2. Get up. Get up there, boy. He's in. Fish number 3, baby.
Deep water. I mean, I'm fishing in about 25 foot of water at the moment. And I think you're about the same, aren't you?
Yeah, mate, she deep out there.
And I mean, you're probably talking 5 rod lengths out and you're about 15 foot of water, so it just drops off very quick. It's giving me a good scrap, mate, that's for sure. Oh. Yeah, there, boys! First fish. Ben's had 2 already. I mean, he had them before I even managed to get my own 2 rods out, fair play to him, but I've had my first one. I reckon 16,
yeah, I'll give you that, mate.
mate.
Yeah, give or take. Lovely fish,
but
though.
Battered me, didn't it, mate?
It
gave me a good old joy
beat
ride.
you up, mate. Went left, went right, went left, went right. Nearly went underneath the rods at one point, didn't
Managed to save it.
Matt, you did.
But it's different because it's 25 foot in front of us, isn't it? Which I've never fished myself in that deep of water, so first time playing the fish in deep water is definitely a little bit different.
And very deep at that, mate. There we go.
We got there in the end.
Get up there, boy. I've been out all night. It's only just gone. That's mad, that. Absolutely mad. Oh, mate. Here you go. Thank you very much. Today you join me at Lyons Drove Fishery, a new Swimbooker venue and somewhere I've never been before, but quite away from me. So you join me over the next 48 hours. I'm with Rob, T and Jordan, 3 familiar faces you would have seen on the channel before. I'm so glad we came because it's a beautiful place. So in front of me you've got a massive expanse of water, nothing really round it, really starting to over the next couple of years. It's going to be lovely to see what this lake matures into. But like I said, this is a new Swimbooker venue. It's only been open a few months. I'm imagining not all the fish have been out. For sure they haven't all been out. Massive expanse of water in front of you, between 600 to 700 fish, and there's a good amount of fish knocking that 30-pound barrow. Nothing breached that 40 pounds yet. Premature Burners Haul, if you like. It's going to be something special over the next 5 to 10 years, I'm sure, and then them standout fish are going to start coming through, and it's going to be interesting to see what kind of weights standout fish do. So when you first turn out, you go through a field and you turn right, and I drove down and the lake was on my left hand side, and there's this fence, and not a fence, the whole way around it, which is brilliant for obvious reasons. Sort of strategically placed up and down that is gates to then access and get to the lake and the swims, so you can conveniently park the van directly behind the swim, offload all your gear basically. I had the carport yesterday, come off lovely, it did. Took me minutes to get my gear over to the swim and obviously start getting set up. And we're actually going to be working with Swimbooker, and we're going to be releasing exclusive products for Swimbooker Plus members, a flat spot product, but again I'm going to touch on that later on in this video. Now I'm just going to put up a little bit on the screen now, a couple of the key points, what you can do, the weathers, the pressures, you can check everything on there. And also the big one for me is catch reports, knowing exactly when these fish are coming out, when they're coming out, what they're coming out on, what time of year they're coming out, what time of day they're coming out, all the intimates, it's all on there. So you can start building to a sort of a picture, if you like, and even prior to turning up to the lake, get a bit of a gauge. Get in the comments down below, let me know if you fish Lyons Drove before, because you know, I'd like to see some of the ones out of it. But what I will say is Willow and Tallulah have been up here, and Tim. The Team Taylor family have been down and they've been doing very well. I'll put some of the pictures up on the screen now of the girls absolutely smashing it up coming up here. And this is also a bait boat water as well, so people that want to come up and have that access of putting a bait boat out, very convenient fishing, this is the place to do it. Also on that note, it's very, very deep. The amount of extra wraps you've got to put on to sort of deal with that swing back, because like I said, it's deep and there's depths of up to 40 foot. When you say that, it blows my mind. This is the deepest lake, or one of the deepest lakes I think I've ever fished. Mental. I've seen fish show, and that fish that showed just before I started this clip was probably 2 rod lengths off my rod, so fingers crossed, and I'll see you in a bit. I've been quite clever because of the water depth obviously goes up and down, and you can so on, but I've put my 2 setups there, it's just slightly up, tips down. Obviously I'm getting a bit of a problem there with weed, but I keep seeing fish show long in the other swim really, but I could fish off the back of that within reason. But I had the fish yesterday sort of around this area, and one out here as well. One I had this morning was out here. Definitely a big expanse of water. Look at the state of that, it's massive, isn't it? So you got Rob up from me, T up from that, and then Jordan up from that. Net down there ready to go, and apparently this margin does bites, so sort of like over here, this is a good spot apparently. Goes down to 6, 9, and then sort of gradually goes down from that point, but she is deep, she is deep. Right, wow, it'd be rude not to go over my mix that I'm using here, and also the mix that I'm going to play out in a second. Obviously there's a lot of pellet going on, it's a no-brainer, a pellet needs to be a big part of my mix. So with that, what I've done is I've added a whole bottle of this and probably about 2 kilo of the OG fish pellet, which is squid and octopus infused. We do that in-house at Parker Baits, and I feel a little bit of an edge when you're fishing pellet. Just makes your pellet a little bit more spicier. Now next up I'm going to get some of the oils now, so I'm going to put in the monster crab flat spot. There is a bottle there, and that is going in the mix. Now I love this stuff from the visual aspect. When you initially put it out, you get that flat spot on the water with the chop. Now over a long period of time, what you'll find is that flat spot will disappear and the oils won't be dispersing off the bottom like they were. What I love about this is 2, 3, 5 hours on, you may start seeing a flat spot again, which is saying myself and Rob see all the time up linear, like, mate, there's fish on that spot, they're chowing. What they're doing is they're dispersing, they're feeding on them particles on the bottom, whatever that may be, pellet, boilies. But if you've got that flat spot on it, it erupts it, obviously then flicks the oils off, the oils then come to the top, and like I said, you get that flat spot again. So a visual aspect of, you know that you've got fish on your spot feeding hours after you even putting it out, although when you do put it out, you know exactly where you're fishing, because you can see it out there on the top of the lake. So that's the first thing, flat spot, pellet, obviously a bottle of the sauce. Moving on now to some boilies. Now I've brung the freezer chops with me. This is the OG fish. Now we're at Parker Baits, we actually cook bait on a weekly basis, so it's done that week, it goes out the door, and then the next week comes, we cook fresh again. Around 8.5 tonne went out last week. So there they are, chops going in, loads of different sizes, bits and bobs in there. Look at that, some bigger bits, smaller bits, but that's getting mixed in. Now this is new to Parker Baits. We've just started making, although this is a shelf life product, we are making it on a fresh basis, and it's going out. We're making it again sort of every 2 to 3 weeks, this one, and then it all goes out and then we go again. So although it is a shelf life product, like I mentioned, it still is fresh. So this is our chili hemp. A whole one of these bammers is going in with all the juice, everything. There's a trusty sweet corn, so I don't think it would be a mix without a bit of sweet corn in it, so that's going in and all. So there it is, giving that a good mix, the sweet corn, the hemp, the pellet, and the boilie in there as well. And I can then fish yellow magic beans over that, because the fleck of the sweet corn, Let's almost imitate one of them. There's a mix. Little bits of chilli on there, cracked chilli, lovely. Hemp's done lovely and split there. You've got the sweet corn coming through, and obviously the odd bit of chops, little bits of boilie there. All different size pellets to cause different breakdowns. 3 different breakdowns. Obviously our mini mix over the top of that in bags, which is 5 different pellets, which is 5 different breakdowns, and also 5 different oil contents as well and flavours. I fished that over the top of that on a bag. Like I said, yellow magic bean. Job done, baby. Right, well, that is the rods out. Now time to get a little bit of bait over the top. A bit of a nightmare with this wind, sort of counteracting it with my tip, trying to keep it as full as possible to try and sink that line. I've added half a wrap on, 3/4 of wrap on, and 2 wraps on, just to see what gets a quicker bite, because it's just so deep there. I don't know how much that swing back is, so just to play about. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Get some spoms out now, on the money over the top. Fingers crossed. So there we go, rods out, baits out. More than happy with that. There's a guy fiddling with his arms over there, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus us on. Spoms out over here. It's around 4 o'clock, so in the next couple of hours we'll be hitting that same period of time yesterday where it went off for a little bit. So it's gone past that point now where we sort of had that flurry yesterday. Seen a load of fish show right over the back, right opposite me, right in the corner, and there's a gentleman just up from that, sort of off the feeders, but way off the feeders if you like. Numerous shows. I even said to Rob was another one, and as he looked up, two shows at the same time, but just topped up with a bit of bait over the top. Like I said, 5 o'clock now, a fish has just shown again right over the back. And again directly in front of me, but again that side. So I'm going to sit back, watch the water now, just see what they're doing, see if the pack moves. That's the ideal scenario, because if that pack moves, there's a lot of fish. There's a hell of a lot of fish over there. That was a closer show, sort of closer and about halfway across. But yeah, need them to move over the spot tonight. Plenty of bait out there now. Plenty of bait out there now. I reckon between pellet, boilie, everything else, around 8-9 kilo maybe, something like that. So yeah, there's plenty of bait out there. I just need to move over it. Come on. And the rain begins. Not long after the last clip. But it's foodie time. Foodie bits on the Parker Bait channel now. I've got gammon steak and cheese. Something like a hunter's gammon sort of thing. Because I've got a barbecue sauce thing right here. I'll give that a dabble. With chipattas. Lovely. And there it is, Rob's next to me. We both got the same. Can't really see it, but there it is, chipatta and the hunter's chicken in that. That's dinner. With a view. Just need a carp now. Probably the calmest it's been the whole time we've been here. Just after that rain, someone's just turned up now and setting up in that corner now, and that might do it justice and push the fish this way. There was nobody here, but there was a gentleman here, so it wouldn't have been right really to go in there, but I bet them two know each other, and fair play to them. It's a no-brainer to jump into that peg, but like I said, hopefully it pushes the fish a little bit further this way. I can have a little dig then and have a little play, and fingers crossed nick one extreme to the other if you like. It's been up and down. It's been sunny, it's been raining, and now it's calm. But even when it was sunny earlier, it was still very windy, and now it's raining again. And they're showing and they're showing and they're showing right off the back. the odd one halfway across, but they need to move this way. Right, well, believe it or not, it's pretty dark out there now, but it really lights it up on it, this camera. Very, very, very quiet day, to be honest. Haven't seen nothing come out around the lake. But this rain's in throughout the night and sort of throughout tomorrow as well, so hopefully I have sort of a spell in the middle of the night where it goes off and I can use this tree here as a marker, tip of my finger, and then go for it. But I'm going to get an early night now when we get up first light. Oh, go on. To be continued. Wow, we're hatched down. The wind's coming in hard. I've repositioned the pegs. I've pulled the netting down there, and I'm absolutely f***ing sucked. Oh no! Not the 5 AM wake up call I was expecting. Rob's here, he's half asleep and all. That was absolute madness, and I mean madness. That wind was savage. At one point, I was holding my bivvy down.
T's ringing me.
T's ringing Rob, going, Rob, I need a help now, I need a help now. My bivvy's going. And he's holding on to his bivvy because the wind's kicked, it's coming in and there's a westerly sort of thing. And it's straight in on us. Didn't sort of, well, did preempt that, but probably set the bivvy up a little bit, Rob.
The worst I have ever been in. I was quite scared, I'm not going to lie. I was rather worried for my health.
So there you go, there's the update for now. Not, like I said, not the morning update I was wanting, but I am seeing a lot of fish show in that middle section now, slightly further up than I was yesterday. That wind has turned. Is it going to bring them with it? Right, look at them scales at the top there. Absolute armour plates all the way down the back, and fish number 4 for me. So after that mad weather this morning, left down rog on the baited spot, picked up into action. Let the fish rest for a few minutes, got the rods back out on the spot, topped up with a couple of spoms, and that sort of brings you to where I am now. Biggest one of the trip so far, knocking that £20 mark, but I'll quickly show you the other side. Yeah, buzzing. Every single fish in here is absolutely pristine, and definitely a lake you should head to, because I think this one's going to get booked up pretty quickly on that Swimbooker platform. But yeah, buzzing, and it's the England game today, so are they going to win? Come on the car, come on this lovely mirror, and thank you very much to Parker Baits. Looked out. There it is, happy with that. Fish number 5, and it's absolutely smashing it down again out there. Oh, just had a beat. Yeah, it's absolutely smashing it down out there again. The wind's pulling in this corner, everything looks right. That went slightly to the right of the spot, that one, but well in the zone. But yeah, happy with that. I just literally unslipped it and just let it go, that carp then. Similar sort of size again. But hopefully I can just get into one of them bigger ones. Hopefully the one my mate Willow had last time she was up here, absolutely smashed it, and definitely a fish I would dearly love. One of them small heads, massive football looking things. That'd be cool. So fingers crossed I can nick one, a decent one, and keep the bites coming. Happy days. Oh, and like I said, 5 o'clock today, England game. It's now, time check, 20 to 11. Bush. Alright, you got the back end of it there, but I just topped up another 10 spoms on the spot. A little bit hard in this crosswind, but I managed to make it happen. I'm sinking. Oh no. What a place. Come on, Carp. Wow, unfortunately Rob has had to leave. T over the back there is in. He's just lost 2 on the bounce. He's been cut off. He flipped the rod back out. He ain't got no rods in the water, and it's went again. Get up there, boy!
Just literally flicked it out, cut that on one of the margins. large and it's got snapped off until on the spot. I'll flick out near it just in case they're still there. And
Yeah.
Sure enough, they're still there.
Right, you couldn't write this. So I've reeled the left hand rod in first, done the wraps on that, making my bag now. I'm going to do a stop at the shop in a second. I'm just going to drive up there, get some supplies for later on. As I'm tying the bag, not sort of nearly done it, just snipping bits off, licking and sticking in. Middle rod just lands that. Another one the same sort of size, just slipped it back, so that brings me down to 6 fish. And I'm still waiting on one of them nicer, slightly bigger ones to come along. I'm not complaining for a second, but it really would be nice to get one of them 30-pounders from here at Lyons Drove. Hopefully they get the England win tonight, and also I could manage a big one, so that would be lovely. That would be lovely. So for now, I'm gonna just 2 rods in, 1 rod out still. Is that going to go? Because I tell you what, it's not far off the spot, or on the spot should I say. I'm going to tie the bag on this one, so that one's then ready for when I get back. Also need to tie another rig as well, so I'm going to do that now, and I'll see you in a bit. Well, that's it, the rods are out, and they couldn't have went out any better whatsoever, if I'm honest with you. Supplies sorted, wind's still hacking in, about 15 spoms over the top. Like I said, life couldn't be better at the moment, and them rods are absolutely cock on. The left and the middle rod is absolutely crack on the money, and the right hand rod's about 2 foot off it. So fingers crossed tonight, and fingers crossed for England. It's about 45 minutes until kick-off. I can't show you the football, but I can keep you in the loop with what's going on. Go on England, and come on the 30-pounders, baby. Wow, it's brimming windy. And Jordan's in. Fish number 3. The wind's absolutely smashing across. But like I said, he's in. Get up. Come off. Oh no, it's come off. Said it felt like a good one and all. Gutted. Right, well hopefully I don't get copyrighted, but let's just kick off with a view. Come on, England. Well, we're 12 minutes in, it's 0-0, and Jordan's got one on. Yes! Another one, boy! That's a nice one, mate. What do we give it? 16?
17, 16, 17,
Yeah, man.
Alright then.
Get her gone. Lovely. Right in, bro. Get up. Well, I'm back now in the corner after letting that one go. And it's absolutely smashing it in. Look at the waves. And off she goes. Hey! So we went down 1-0 and now it's 1-1. We're back in the game. It's now 70 something minutes. Yes. Another one, boy.
Oh, it's another pasty, boy. Oh, don't be silly, put in the figures.
I think that's fish number 8. I'm not too sure, but let's get you gone. Off you go, pal. It's not looking good. We're into penalties.
You are definitely going to get
But I've got a lovely view. Wow, you couldn't write it. It is 1-0 in the penalties to England. Unbelievable. Another one in for England. Come on. They've just put one in.
Doing everything that he can to try and get in the taker's head.
So that's another one for England. Now they're walking up now, Switzerland, for another one.
Now in the MLS. Here he comes.
And they've scored it. Right, well this is it, last one now. All we need to do is score this goal. Come on. Bang, there it is. Every single one of them's gone in. Now if they don't score this,
No, we're through now.
No problem
again. Are we through?
No.
Nah,
miss this,
you got to miss this. This is it, mate.
How do you not
This is
even
it.
look
Come
at
on.
the ball in this situation? And he
Yeah,
has.
they put it in. So this is it, the goal that puts us into the finals.
Here we go.
Well, not to the finals, but the next game. Come on. Yeah! Right, wow, there it is. Chicken Kievs from Tees Park this evening. This is the starter. So there they are, glistening in the sunlight. T, what are we doing with them then?
I guess we're going to cut it off.
Right, well there it is. Very cheesy burgers.
Something wrong with you with that, mate.
There's nothing wrong with it. Cheesy-tastic for me and Jordan. Just because you're not having any tea. Lovely. Sean the chef, eat your hand, eat your heart out. Get out there, tea. Right, well that's dinner done. Game done. Wind still trickling down this end. No more fish as of yet, but I've got a lovely little slick just coming off the back of the spot there. You can probably see it at the tip of my finger. And Jordan's on the way down with pudding. So I'll touch base with you later on this evening, if not before, with pudding. What we got here then?
The fun selection of Oreos.
The phone for
I'm sort to spit out everywhere.
Yeah, nice mate.
Anyone want an Oreo?
Yeah.
Yeah, so no sound.
Again, slightly bigger. 21, 22 pound maybe slightly bigger. But again, not quite that 30, so I'm going to sit this one back. Fish number 9. And that was on the yellow, 12 mil. Magic Bean, mini mix, flat spot, magic dust. Thank you, Mr. Mirror. Right, well that's not the rod back out because it's middle rod. I don't want to risk it because they're very tight, them rods. First light, I'll go again. It's 3 in the morning, so it's not going to be long. It's going to be light again. I can redo that rod. Well, there you are. That's the update. Quite quiet, to be honest. Sort of after going to bed, went to bed quite early. Ticked off then. Sounder I was. Absolutely melted off that rod. Right, you went right it. There's 2 rods up against the bivvy. It's coming up to 10 o'clock. The lads are gone. Popped down this morning and said I'm off, mate. T went first, then Jordan went. I got 1 rod left on there. A fish in there. Fish number 10. And what a lovely trick it's been. Go on, mate. Look at you. Lovely fish in it. Lovely fish in it. Now while I've just let that go, I thought I'd just quickly show you the access. So that there is a peg. And the access to the peg. So you've got places to do your wraps up here and stuff, and now I'll show you the gate. Right, so when you first come in, you drive down there. There's toilets up there as well, which I'm not going to show you, just gents and ladies up there. It's like a little building sort of halfway up the lake, if you like, and there's also a portaloo there. I then drove down, parked the van, and you got these little slotways, and that sort of brings you to here now. So you've got these gates, you keep the gate shut at the time. So you've got pegs up, and obviously it makes it a little bit easier to get your clobber to your swim, and that's why I'm not worried about packing up. I said I'm going to leave a little bit later today. So obviously before I leave, I'm going to touch on the exciting news of Swimbooker, what I've been working on, and maybe just quickly go over the rigs. I'm not going to tie the rigs and stuff, but just sort of how I've been fishing on my time here. so you guys get a gauge of that. But yeah, mega times here at Lyon Drove, and what a lovely couple of days I've had. Fish number 11 in the net. That was the last rod left on the stand. I've literally just put that back out. Another small one. Oh, alright mate. There you are. Oh, brilliant fun. All from that same spot off the baited. They've obviously moved that over the bait, but that rod just went out slightly to the right, which is where that rod was anyway. Yeah, I reckon that's another bite, that. Come on. Right, 10 to 10. It's taken me a little while. Run out of bait, but the rods are on the dance floor, all three of them. All went out lovely. So I'm going to nick a couple more before I leave. Come on. Right, well, I'm sat here. It truly is lovely, very peaceful up here as well. You don't even hear no sort of road noise or nothing. You sort of sit back, that wind over, sort of calmed down a little bit now. Obviously, like I said, the lads are gone, but like I say, completely peaceful here. Lovely for families as well. And if you're bringing your, I know Tallulah and Willow come up, and I've mentioned it in this video, but perfect for dads and kids to come up and really sort of get a taste in their mouth of carp fishing. It's perfect for that, with some good ones thrown in the mix as well. You know, it's 11 fish now. I think Jordan had 4, T had a couple in the end, Rob had a couple I think as well, so it was been quite busy, if you like. So we've all been fishing the same, so I thought that now that sort of brings me into the next thing now, sort of how I've been fishing. Really basic. You're not allowed leaders here, so I've been fishing tubing. So I'm fishing tubing like that down to a lead. This is one of the quarter solid bag stems. Then what I've done is I've put the tube in straight into that, and I've been running that straight through. But all the only thing different I've been doing is running the line here and over the lead, and then tying it directly to the swivel, and then putting that straight in. So when it comes out, the lead obviously ejects and comes off. The fish have been coming up in the water. I've had 11 bites and I've landed 11 fish. And I think the other thing, which again I sort of took a little bit away from Euro Aqua, I've only just started moving on to wide gapes. I've used curve shanks for years and years and years and years and years. And recently, from solid bag fishing, I've moved on to a size 4 wide gape, a straight beak. I think I've got them here actually. Wide gape straights, these ones from Fox. And I love the way the eye's slightly in-turned on them. So I've been fishing it like this, little short links, really aggressive, really simple but really aggressive, and that has been absolutely nailing them. I've also had these bad boys, and these bad boys, these are from Euro Aqua, my little stash that I've just kept, and I'm slowly getting through them. These are my yellows there, so that there is a yellow magic bean, just there. And they've been doing probably 70% of the bites, and the other ones have been on the white, the new 12mm natural magic beans. Now these are available at the Parker Bait store now, and devastate in their own right, especially on lakes like these where a lot of pellets going in. Them little black ones, and again you're probably seeing it on the screen now, some B-roll of it. These little black ones are naughty for fishing over pellet, but to be honest, the ones that done the bites were the sandy coloured ones. They were doing the do. So that's the rigs. Obviously you saw the bait at the beginning of the video. I've definitely come up here with a bit of bait. Every single bailiff has turned around and said as well, you know, they do like a bit of bait in here, and to be fair, when I've given them the bait, I've had the runs. Should I bring more bait with me? Yeah, probably. So I definitely think about bringing a lot of boiling pellet up with you, for sure, particularly pellet. And I'm so glad I brought, I think it was 10 key with me, or 11 key of their OG fish pellet. Done that in the first couple of days, and then sort of onto another jar of hemp, and I had that, so I used that the second day, mixed in the last bit of pellet and was sprinkling that over the top. So yeah, hopefully you have liked this video, guys. It's not quite the ending yet, but I'm going to slowly start packing down now, and the big video this evening, so I've got to drive back, and it's the B2 social. Now this video will be long gone by this point, so if you get 5 minutes and you haven't watched it already, head over to the channel and watch the Linear Fisheries B2 social. Absolute banger. Some hairy moments in there, a lot of, you know, some really sort of captured the moments, you know, there was Connor had a snap off, and it all in the way that Steve's overlaid it. It just comes across so well. So yeah, give that a watch, and some mega fish in that video. There truly is. So I'm going to leave it at that. Sit back, watch the water, lock on, as I always say. The rods are on the dance floor. They're out there. They're on the money, like I mentioned. All three on the spot. And that's another thing to point out, actually, just before I go. I had a fish on the margin. Sorry, I've had a rod on the margin the whole time I've been here, or not the whole time I've been here, the first sort of 24, and I tried it again for another 10 hours, nothing. The bailiff was like, yeah, you need one up on that margin, need one up on the margin, but this particular time it didn't do me a bite. Put them all on the spot with a bait, and all rods done bites. This morning every single rod's done a bite on that baited spot, so there's a food for thought. But with the wind coming in like it has been, and it still is now, that margin is still primo. I'm not saying the fish aren't getting to get down there, I'm sure they do, they just weren't down there on this occasion. So yeah, hopefully I can nick a 30 before I leave. That would just make the trip, that truly would. Doing it on my own, dealing with it, no problem at all. I got there, get my footage, I'll be one happy man. The drive home then don't seem as long, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I keep saying, I'm not going anywhere, but I'll see you soon. Last lock-ins now, last clean up. Can of monster there. Going. Wind still trickling in. Everything's gone. Everything's in the van, ready to go. Right, well that's it. I'm in the car and it's been a great trip. Now I mentioned earlier on in the video we are doing something with Swimbooker, so keeping it very brief. I've been working on a new flat spot with infused garlic in it. Garlic's been around for decades, I'm sure will be around for years to come. It's been used in carp bait for years and years and years, and being that our OG fish has got that added garlic on the outer coating, it is absolutely perfect. Now we are going to be doing something with Swimbooker. Like I said, it's early stages, I don't want to give too much away, but stay tuned for that, and this will be for Swimbooker Plus members. Now like I mentioned, I booked this venue on the Swimbooker. I like to call it the idiot-proof app, where you can go on and everything's simple. You don't even have to speak to no one. You can get on the app, pick your peg, you can turn up, and you don't have that worry of, oh, am I going to get a peg when I get there? You've always got that mind reassurance that you can turn up. Like I have on this particular trip, we had 4 pegs, and I knew we were definitely going to get on. You find your pegs, you jump on, simple as that. Some lakes that I've been to, you actually book your peg itself. This particular one, you just turn up and I think you just go in the pegs that are available, which is good, because then you can use a little bit of watercraft as well, which makes it even better in my eyes, this particular one. So go over and check that out and make sure you get down yourself. Like I said, a very enjoyable couple of days up here, and something that you guys can do yourself, maybe even by watching this video. Hopefully it's given you a little bit more of a insight of what the venue's about, and when you turn up you're not as grey, you know exactly what you're doing, where you're going, how it works, and a little bit of what it looks like and what can potentially catch fish on any given day down here. So yeah, there it is. I've enjoyed this video, guys. It was lovely to see England win last night. I'm buzzing for that. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, can't put into words. It's going to be interesting to see what the next game brings, and another week, another upload. You take care all, and have a lovely week. If you are out on the bank this week, make sure you catch some Nosser pigs, and if you are using our products, make sure you tag us in on social media. But for now, long drive home. Take care all. Love, and I'll speak to you all soon.